Today, the episode is emotional cheating. What is emotional cheating?
Is it worse than physical cheating?
We about to find out.
Hey.
This is the Hear Him Out Show, a show we created for men to be heard, where women are welcome to listen.
Yo, so here we go. Let's dive into it. We're talking about emotional cheating. So, Shakim, lead us off with that emotional cheating. What is it? How does it happen? What the hell are we talking about? Emotional cheating.
Well, this is quite the reoccurring subject, so I got to look at my notes.
Oh, pray tell.
Just to make sure I ain't pissing nobody off. For the last 5 years of my life, I've been hearing this term over and over again. Emotional cheating. It is worth it to say that I have not heard it from men, not one time.
Facts.
But I've heard it from many women, including women I was dating, friends, etc. And it requires me now to get an exact definition.
Oh,
now, this is not in the dictionary now. I tried to look it up. What came up was emotional affair.
Ooh.
And so I can go off of emotional affair, what that means. So, according to the people, emotional affair is when you begin to become binded to somebody via emotions that has the possibility of affecting your partnership in a negative way. Would you say that that is a proper way to?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay, well, there are some things we want to cover on this episode. Number one, a lot of women believe emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating.
No. Bullsh. Keep going. No.
Yeah.
Can I just go in?
Go in, brother.
Hold up. Listen, y'all. I'm going to debunk that right now, okay? Emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating. That is not true. You know why? It is for y'all ladies, because y'all know how far it takes you when you become emotionally binded to somebody else. The fact of the matter is, dudes can cheat. Not good. I'm not saying it's a good thing. Don't be like, oh, no. I'm not saying cheating is bad all around, but I'm talking about physically. Men can physically cheat and it not emotionally affect their relationship. Women, because y'all have said it time and time again, so don't try to dispute it, y'all emotions are tied to the physical. There's a connection. There's a correlation. So you know when you become affectionate, when you become emotionally binded to somebody, the next logical step is cheating. You hear it all the time, right? Women will cheat. They need a reason. Men need a opportunity. It's wrong, right? So when we talk about emotional cheating versus physical cheating, women saying it's worse, it's not, because of the fact of the matter is, if we were in a relationship and I was like, yo, baby, I got a confession. I've been, kicked it with this chick, I work with, whoop-de-woo. We had some deep conversations, and I feel like emotionally I wasn't loyal to our situation. So I wasn't faithful. I apologize. Can you forgive me? You'll be pissed. But what's the first question you'll ask? Did y'all do anything?
Yeah.
Did y'all do anything?
Yeah.
Did y'all fuck? Did y'all have sex? Did you kiss? And I'm like, no, nothing. All the boundaries physically was there. You would be mad I'd be in a doghouse, but we still be together. Mm-hmm. If I say, baby, listen, I was on vacation with the fellas. I did something stupid. I started talking to this chick at the bar. I don't even like her. I don't like her personality. She get on my nerves, but I gave into my animalistic needs, and I cheated, and I apologize. I know that's not what we do. I might still be in a relationship, but 9 times out of 10, I'm broken up with.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest pitfalls of our generation is in access to all this information. We started assuming that everybody is supposed to interpret the world how we interpret it. I think that's one of the most annoying, boring, naive, and infantile perspectives of life ever. And what you said is spot on. I do believe that women are emotional creatures, and it's a superpower to be in emotion on a consistent basis, because the earth is made of emotion. It's pure harmony all the time in an emotional way. I don't know if those emotions are supposed to be delegating all of the aspects of reality, and that's why we were given the logical. That's why maybe half of our brain is delegated to that which is analytical. Okay. And so, yeah, I agree, bro. I think that when you take hypothetical analysis like this into applicable consideration, you sit a woman down, and in two realities, you say the two different things. One of them breaks a woman in half, and then the other one is agitating.
Ooh, so, hold up. Break you in half, agitate. Pray tell, continue.
Well, one of the definitions that I got for emotional cheating incorporated this idea of the possibility of the woman that you are emotionally bonding with taking you away. which we understand. When you cheat with somebody physically, you have put in empirical form the possibility of you now not being with this person in a monogamous way. You can now at any point be with another person. I think that peaks its head when you talk to a partner about someone they've experienced in the past, is this idea of you having to witness your person that you prescribe as your own with someone else. It's a really scratchy feeling. You say, damn, you was with other people before me. I forgot about that.
Right.
Like,
You ain't a virgin? What's your body count, huh?
Thought you were a nun before me. It's like, no, she wasn't.
Right.
She was. There were other men inside of her at some point, and then vice versa. And so I think when you realize that, it does something to your body, almost forcing you to detach from this person to a degree that allows them to have their own volition. And most humans are comfortable with that.
Oh, okay.
They're not comfortable with that. That's not fun. At all. You're not going to do everything I tell you to do. This place sucks.
And I get that, but let's so we can all agree, even though y'all don't, we can all agree. I'm calling bullshit on women saying emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating. It's worse emotional because from your perspective, you act and you move from an emotional way in life. That's how you move. We don't move like that. I will say this though. Let's pull it back a little more. Sometimes I think we confuse attraction with like emotional cheating.
Yeah, and I believe that attraction is a really important aspect of the emotional cheating.
So how would you break down attraction from emotional cheating? Like, when does the attraction, which I personally believe is not a bad thing, you're stupid if you think you're only gonna, I married this person, I'll never be attracted to another person. You're dumb if you think that's true. You know, you're silly if you think your partner will never flirt in some way, shape, or form. Now, when do you think it goes from attraction, which is not a bad thing, versus emotional cheating? Like, where's that line crossed, in your opinion?
Well, if you tune into a marvelous show on YouTube called Hear Him Out, there's an episode called Terms and Agreements where we slightly go over what I would use to preface this, which is we are stepping into a partnership as two different people with two different lives, and we're attempting to mold them together. And as contemporary humans, because of our short attention span, we want it to happen as fast as possible. So if you're not the person I think you're supposed to be within a month, I'll probably leave you, which is this whole generation is clinically insane, you know?
Clinically.
We're trying to meld these two paths together. It's almost impossible. So we're doing that. And as we're doing that, we're agreeing that certain things will not happen, or else it will mess up the growth of this path.
Okay.
And once we agree to those things, we have to assume that that is the constitution of this relationship. The constitution is some shit that was written on paper, and still to this day, we as it boggles my mind that we as humans agree and abide by it.
Americans agree to it.
Yeah, Americans, we say that's against the Constitution. We can't. Nigga wrote it on paper a long ass time ago. So,
we were still in chains when it was written.
Exactly. This shit wasn't even written for us.
Right.
But we abide by it just because it was written on paper, because words are that important to human beings. It's the way we express our godliness. So if you're going to agree to certain things, then we don't cross those lines. And I think that attraction comes into play when you allow your attraction to cross those lines of the terms and agreements.
Okay.
That's what I believe. I don't believe you're never not going to be attracted to somebody. I believe that you are attracted to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes you're attracted to people who aren't even physically attractive.
Right.
So it's once we start growing up into, I think, these mature relationships, we start realizing that attraction is actually a pretty good thing.
It's a beautiful thing, and I think the B word, you son of a boundaries, okay? We talk about boundaries, y'all. That's when you cross the line. Like, it's all right to be attractive, right? Attracted to somebody else. That's perfectly fine. That's cool. That's a normal thing, especially in our line of work. My man's in music. I'm in acting. I work with some gorgeous women. I'm attracted, but it's the boundary set up. Are we going to kick it without our partners knowing at night or something? Like, when I have to do lines or whatever, I'm going to a coffee shop. Or if we have to meet up, like I shoot a lot of stuff in other states, like Atlanta and stuff. All right, let's meet in the lobby. I'm not going to your hotel room, especially if I'm attracted to you in a confined space where we're alone, because now that's when it's like, damn, you're attracted. Oftentimes I'm playing, I got a leading lady aside from me, so the lines say we're attracted to each other, we're in love. That shit can get blurred if you allow it to.
Yeah.
So I think you have to set the boundaries. And fellas, hear me out. This is what we got to do it, y'all. We hold ourselves accountable. You know when you feeling somebody, and we're not just talking about on the physical level, right? It's perfectly fine. There's a lot of beautiful people out there. But I think the lines are crossed when you consciously and intentionally set up the opportunity for it to go further than just an attraction.
Yeah.
When you consciously like, yo, I'm gonna try to get you alone, or I'm doing all these things and I'm hiding shit from my partner, that's when it can become emotional cheating and it starts going into deception.
So then now I pose a question, how far is too far? Because I do believe that, and I'm trying to see this from a woman's perspective, is that what women are attempting to do is make the emotional cheating from their perspective equivalent to how men feel about physical cheating from their perspective. Because we don't give a fuck if you have a work husband. We don't give a fuck if your best friend is somebody you've known for 12 years and this. We don't give a fuck. That is an emotional bond. You have a lot of emotional conversations. You probably have some emotional conversations about me.
Yep.
Look, do it, because I don't like talking that much. So fine, you get your words out with some of your homeboys.
And this is what we talk about. And hold up though, what he's saying, like I said, I differ slightly because I have to, because I'm married and I don't want to be killed. But I differ slightly. But this is when we talk about terms and agreement. Right? So like, my wife don't want me to flirt with nobody. I have a personality, I'm a natural flirt. Now, when it goes to like, let me get your number on Instagram and shit, now that goes into the lines of emotional cheating. I'm a charming dude. It is what it is. I will tell my wife, all right, y'all go out, go with your friends, have fun, flirt. I don't care if you're out flirting, you're beautiful. Wifey's bad. I expect dudes to come up to you, flirt. All right, you leave the bar. Ain't no follow you online. Ain't no let me get your number. Ain't no let's go here. In that moment, there's a conversation. I personally have zero problem with that. That is fun. That is something, you know what I'm saying? And that's not emotional cheating, although terms and agreements, some people will be like, yo, that's emotional cheating. I was reading
you heard me talking to him at the bar.
Hold on real quick. So I was looking at this comment, right? I was looking at in this comment section on this post, and it was talking about emotional cheating. And dude, I wish I could give dude props. This shit had me in tears. I'm about to cry now. He's like, emotional cheating. He's like, if a dude sneezes, he said if a dude sneezes and she say bless you, that counts as a body.
Yeah, that's a body. That's a body. You care about the existence of my soul going back into my body after I sneezed it out, my heart stopping.
Like, she said bless you. You go fuck him? Like, chill. Like, there's levels, right? So that goes into insecurity and lack of trust.
Well,
like,
okay. So to me, insecurity is a word that women can't really use anymore. It's like all the other words. I was gonna say one, but I don't want to flag our episode. But like, you know how there's like 5 words they took off the table in the last few years?
Okay, there's a lot more than that, but I guess you're on the same page. It's so many, like, accountability. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
Well,
hear me out. I'm joking most of the way.
Insecure became one of those words. If a man says the word insecure to a woman,
he's gaslighting her.
It's a volcano.
He's gaslighting her.
Witness erupt in your very fucking eyes. This lady will transform into fucking Metatron on your black ass. You call her insecure. You can't say it no more. But I do believe that the lack of security in your either belief systems or in your trust for this man, et cetera, are what's driving you to not want him to be emotionally connected to other people. Because I don't think it's possible to live a fulfilling life without being emotionally connected with other people.
Right.
Without having emotional.
What if you're not? What if you're?
Hey,
hold up.
Stu brought up a good point.
Hold up. Off camera, my man Stu brought up a good point. He said, what if you're not creating the space for your man to be emotionally available with you, and you end up getting somebody else creates that space for you? Is that cheating emotionally? Now, I'm going to say this. That's the excuse so many women use to cheat. He was not there for me. He did not meet my needs emotionally. I met somebody who listened to me and gave me space to be me. And in my weakness, I gave in to my physical needs. So it goes both ways. But see, this is why women say emotional cheating is worse than physical. Because most women, good women who cheating isn't a part of their energy. Right? I know some women, if the opportunity comes, you just like a dude, you're going to cheat, you're going to accept it. But for the most part, I'm going to give most women the benefit of the doubt. Most women will not just cheat Because
Yeah.
if this is another situation, because most of y'all find sex with a lot of dudes whack, because a lot of us just slacking in that department.
Yeah,
But when we
yeah.
bring the sex therapist on as a guest, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that.
But for the most part, women don't do that. So of course, a woman will say emotional cheating is worse because most women have to be emotionally engaged, involved with another man to consciously be like, I'm gonna give up the goods, even though I know it's not right. Unless you're in your whole stage, right?
Yeah.
Just like we got a fuckboy stage, but whole phase. But a good woman,
Yeah.
given a benefit of the doubt, will do exactly what my man Stu said. My husband, he ain't been there, or my boyfriend, he ain't been there emotionally, he ain't listening. I feel completely disconnected. So I'm seeking that outside of this. And in me seeking that emotional connection, it gave birth to the physical. And I partook in that. That's the problem. So it's not, it's worse to women because in the most case, you have to have some emotional connection in order to cheat. There has to be a disconnection from who you're with, right? Now, on that line, when we talk about emotional cheating, this is how it can't, this is something I went through, right? I can honestly say I've been in relationships where I'm like, if you've been in a relationship for 5 years, right? I'll say this, right? As a hypothetical. You've been in a relationship for 5 years and that shit has been great. Great. We've been like this. In the last couple months, shit got rocky. And in that month, my lady cheated on me. I cannot say, full disclosure, full honesty, I cannot say the relationship will be over. I cannot say. You did this, it's circumstantial. So you cheated physically with somebody else. In that one moment. That one moment doesn't outweigh 5 years of dopeness. So I can't, without question, say no. Now, my situation, when I got cheated on in a previous relationship, it was emotional cheating. And this is where I say it got ugly. And I think a lot of people with emotional cheating, this is why it hurts so much. Oftentimes, it's hard for you to emotionally be attracted to somebody else, especially women. But oftentimes, I mean, I'm talking about being enthralled with somebody else and it not negatively affect your current situation. In my situation, not only did my ex get emotionally involved with somebody, it went physical later. Got my little heart broken.
Oh, it hurts.
I needed it.
Oh,
I'm so
brother.
grateful. That's another story. But like, not only did she become engaged in emotional cheating, that made our situation, every little thing, an issue. I'm walking on eggshells. I'm like, oh, why is everything I'm doing bothering you? Oh, because you involved with that. Then the next level, and I think this is where it fucks a lot of people up. Now they make it seem like you're the problem. Now they make it seem like the reason why I'm not connected to you, the reason why I went over here is because you did something to give me space to go do that. And now you're the bad guy for me not either just breaking it up because you wasn't feeling me no more or working this shit out with you. And I think that is why for a lot of people the emotional cheating is bad. And for a lot of women, because y'all know that shit ain't on. Now this is no way, I'm not giving an excuse. I'm not downplaying what men do. A lot of dudes will cheat. It's not thought out.
No, not at all.
Generally speaking, right? Just generally speaking, a lot of dudes, they didn't cheat because it was thought out. They didn't cheat because you were slacking. They didn't cheat. They cheated because they were horny as fuck and the opportunity presented itself. And I know it's hard for a lot of women to grasp their head around that. Like, there's nothing else to it. You did nothing wrong. I in that moment, I was just weak. I like discipline, whatever you want to say to it, but I just gave in. Women, I don't know too many women like, unless your celebrity crush come your way. But for the most part, I'm a nice looking dude. If I'm trying to holler at you and you got a dude and everything is good, you know how I probably don't have a chance. And shit would have to be really bad with that in order for you to dip out. And I'm not an ugly dude. I take care of my business. A lot of dudes, it doesn't go that deep. But for women, it has to go that deep. And it's a thing over time. And when it happens, it doesn't catch you off guard. Women, when y'all engage in emotional cheating, that can lead to physical cheating. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's very planned out. I'm going on a girls trip. I'm going here. Y'all very methodical, which is why y'all get away with cheating a lot more than dudes. Dudes, it's very much, shit, I stayed out late after the club because she said she wanted to give me the hot tui, and I let her, and I didn't cover my tracks, and baby, I'm being a fucking idiot because that's what we do sometimes as men. We do dumb shit. So when we talk about emotional cheating, we talk about the physical cheating. Ladies, it makes perfect sense why y'all say it's worse. But when you actually put it in real time, saying that I cheated emotionally, we gonna still be together. We gonna work it out. You might have a million questions. I might be in a doghouse. But if I say I've had sex with somebody else, you may never trust me again. If you stay with me, I'll be paying for that mistake the rest of the relationship.
Oh yeah. Well, I love that, man. I think one of the dopest things about this show, this is the Hear Him Out show, and we live and die by the phrase, it's a place for men to be heard. where women are welcome to listen. So one thing that I will say about some of the most mature women that I love listening to, getting advice from, I love older women. I just grew up serving older women in the beauty salon, so I just can't help it. So I love it. One thing I love about them is there seems to be a rite of passage from like woman to queenship when a woman realizes that it's not her job to make a man think like a woman.
Ooh.
When they're no longer in the business of trying to make men think like women, and they're not in the business of attempting to think like a man, they've realized that there is a border that makes us slightly different. And I mean the majority of things we have in common.
Yep.
And then there's I remember this dude did a really dope
I love that.
analysis on the main thing that separates men from women. He said is that women are more interested in people and men are more interested in things.
Okay.
It seems like a small thing, but it's huge. That's why you have women in more nursing jobs and men in more engineering jobs. It ends up filtering into everything.
Right.
And so when you see a man say that he can have an affair physically with a woman he doesn't really care about and then come back to a marriage and it not affect him like it would affect a woman, it's him telling you how his brain is formatted, and it's not really something that you have to fix.
And also, pause. We are not co-signing that. We are not saying it is okay for him to do that. So stop thinking, stop listening from a hurt place.
Yeah.
We just laying this out logical. We're not saying because he can do that, that it's not wrong. It is wrong.
Yeah.
Continue. I just want to put that out there because you got some people like, these dudes trying to convince. No, shut up. Listen.
Don't sleep around, guys.
Right.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. What we're saying is that the emphasis that's put on emotional cheating by the women are probably, first of all, the definition is not fully fleshed out yet. I have to ask millions of questions to each woman to actually get a definition.
Yep.
And I encourage everybody in the comments to put their definition of emotional cheating. If you can, follow the Einstein rule of if you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it fully. So
I'll explain it simply. If I was to tap into my feminine essence, right? And I'm not being facetious, ladies. I'm being goofy, okay? Full respect. If I were to tap into my woman part of my brain and my mind, I was to say, what is emotional cheating? I think a lot of women, to break it down to your Einstein essence, would say this. If you feel for another woman remotely how you feel for me.
Respect.
Is that facts?
I respect that. Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
simple? You know what
I
I'm
respect that. I can say that.
If you find somebody just as attractive or more attractive to me, if you remotely think about or want to treat them, give me the same respect. If I'm not put on a pedestal in any way, shape, or form above that other woman, if you make time and concessions for her that you do for me or don't for me, that is emotional cheating. I think a lot of women would probably bond with that definition. Leave it in the comment section. I'd love to know if I'm on point.
In the comments, man. Respect. Well, I'll say, as we're closing this out, that this term is gaining a lot of traction, and I think it's stopping a lot of people from experiencing the expansiveness of life. And I know we joke about me being a hippie and being part of this freedom association. And,
this is the type of brother be at Burning Man, right?
It is.
He got friends being Burning Man having orgies in the middle of the desert.
And I'm the type to be in the corner just chilling with my headphones on. I was like, oh, everybody's in fucking.
He over there in the corner playing flute while people getting. I'm gonna stop it.
This is actually pretty awesome. He's getting fluted. I'm like, this is
getting that Doug Flutie anyway.
Actually pretty radical. Yeah. So I say all that to say that for people who are grown and mature, and we do have discernment, that we shouldn't be afraid of being expansive. We shouldn't be afraid of having emotional connections with people. It actually brings a foundational essence out of life, of us being interconnected and interdependent harmonic creatures. We have to harmonize with others. Or you can ride away and play the same song in your house all day long, because like Stu said earlier, I don't know if it's one person's job to check every single box. And sometimes you will go out outside of your partnership to check other boxes. And I don't look at that as a negative thing. I think the negative thing is when the checking of those boxes starts to impose on the terms and agreements that y'all laid out in the beginning. So
we adults, y'all. You know when your emotions, we have to hold each man, woman, everything in between. You have to hold yourself accountable. We've had conversations around my brothers where it's like such and such reached out, such and such. Are you gonna talk to him? Hell no, I ain't gonna talk to him. Because we're adults. We know when we go into the muddy waters. We know that if we did something behind our woman's back, fellas, let's keep it 100, and she found out that your ass would be in the doghouse. So when you're getting caught up in somebody and you get into that level of emotional change, nothing wrong being like, damn, she bad, she attractive, damn, she cool as hell, damn. And it ain't even nothing wrong saying, yeah, I could see in another lifetime. The moment you get that thought where you can see it in an alternate universe, set damn boundaries, get the hell out, walk away, keep your distance, keep your space, because now you're on fertile ground. Now you playing with fire, and you can't say it was an accident when shit goes left. That's when we got to be adults and hold ourselves accountable. Like, yo, you're this, that, and the third. I'm going to keep you at arm's length out of respect to my union over here. And that's just what it comes down to.
Ashe. I believe a king can expand in every direction without imposing on the home, without imposing on the castle, without betraying the queen. So, Ashe.
That's what we do. So let's clear the space, all right? So one thing we like here, if you're new to the show, we like to clear the space physically, emotionally, and we like to do that with sound. The idea behind this is we want to leave y'all in a better space than y'all were when y'all got here. We like to leave the physical space in a better space. So, Shakim, how we going to do that today, G?
Well, I'm going to play my favorite flute, which is the drone, which means it's two-sided, because this whole episode was about bringing two perspectives into one space and attempting to interweave them, and hopefully we did a pretty good job. Hopefully the women ain't too mad at us and the kings are uplifted and encouraged to go out there and spread divine emotion without
not y'all
imposing.
seed, divine emotion, not your seed, okay? Keep that shit to yourself. Yo, we hope y'all rock with us. We hope you enjoy the episode. We talking about emotional cheating. Is it worse than physical cheating? Ladies, come on now. Let's keep it 100. All right? If dude physically cheated, it's over with. If you're emotionally cheating, at least has a chance. But at the end of the day, we are all adults. We are all grown-ass people, and we have to hold ourselves accountable. If you find yourself attracted to somebody, that's cool. But if you find yourself getting emotionally involved, you already know you are putting yourself into some fertile land and playing with fire. So let's not do that. With that being said, we love y'all. This has been a Hear 'Em Out show, a place for men to be heard, but women are welcome to listen.
And our aim is to speak truth, add value, and offer a perspective that has the opportunity to lead to growth and elevation.
Ashe, we love y'all. Peace.